Another 30 seconds. Enough Becca?
So wait, before you connect, I just want to check. Okay, now.
Shall I project? Sorry. I apologize for the delay. We were just getting some of the Wacom tablet drivers installed because her computer didn't work. So welcome again, all of you. Hope you had a good lunch. So today Sangeetha and Shilpashree are going to take us through how to sketch birds, bird behavior and birds. And their talk is titled as Birds in a Sketchbook. So we're going to learn about how they approach their sketching of bird-related topics and what they do. So just a brief introduction about Sangeetha and Shilpashree. Both of them don't need much of an introduction because we're all familiar with them. So Sangeetha explored her way into wildlife art. She did her art undergraduate from Chitrakala Parishad, and her recent work has been the Hummingbirds project, which was inaugurated here. They had an exhibit for about a week here. Beautiful work, and she hopes to draw people closer to wonders of the wild world and contribute towards conservation through her artworks. And she's worked with the Gorgas Science Foundation of Texas, and she's part of the Felis Creations in Bangalore. And she has a beautiful blog called Green Scraps. That's her nature workshop also. And both of them, Shilpashree and Sangeetha, they both run that. The Green Scraps workshop, a lot of children have been a part of it. They've gone through it. And it's a wonderful workshop, and that's about Sangeetha. About Shilpashree, she's again an undergraduate from, she postgraduated rather, from Chitrakala Parishad, and she teaches art. She's worked with 2 institutions before, Jain Tech Art and Taksha, and she's her love for nature was portrayed during the show Add More, a painting exhibition in which she focused on the trees of Bangalore. She is also part of the Green Scraps journaling workshop, and she and Sangeetha together have been running this for quite some time. So over to them. It's already late, so you can take your time.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. Hello everybody. Thank you so much for coming here today and joining us on the sketching workshop. I think I need a glass here for a moment. I'm so sorry. Really sorry, I'm not that much of a techie person, and it was a little difficult to get it all set up. So yes, thank you so much for coming here, and hope all of you have your sketchbooks and pencils with you. If you need at all, there are a few papers and some sketch pads over there. You could use it. Smile, yes. Okay, all right. So today I don't have to really, tell you much about birds. I'm sure all of you are into bird watching, and you go bird watching often, so you don't really need an introduction about birds. But birds are charming. They are quite, we know them for their poise, their elegance, their colors, and we really appreciate them. And that's why I guess we are all gathered here today on the Bangalore Bird Day. So in order to so when we are getting into sketching birds, for me itself, I've been sketching for quite a few years, and still a blank canvas, when I see a blank canvas, it still kind of intimidates me. And I'm like, oh my God, what do I do? But then I think it is a starting trouble for everybody, and all of us have to just start sketching and just put a line there, put something there in order to get ourselves going. We have Shilpa and I have been sketching for the past few years. Like after CKP, we got into nature sketching, and we have been doodling quite a bit. And even today, if you look at my sketchbook, you will see more of sketches of plants and moths and things like that. Do you know why? They literally pose for you. But whereas these birds are like so fast and so impatient or so hasty all the time that they hardly ever pose for you. So that itself sometimes puts you, like at a position where, oh my God, do I even have to sketch it or paint it? Sometimes you go out to sketch birds, and then these birds are like moving about so fast, and there's this beautiful flower next to you, and it's almost like it's calling out to you, like, sketch me, sketch me, sketch me, I'm here, right here. So you're like, end up sketching the flowers and the whole lot of things. The days I need to do bird sketching, literally, like, have to tell myself, like, I have to do only birds today. Let me not get distracted, and like go out there and start sketching birds and let myself not get distracted with anything else. Okay. So sketching can be challenging, sketching birds. As I already told you, you're lucky if you get really patient and very trance-like bird like the owl or the patient pond herons and egrets, because they kind of do pose a little bit. But whereas if you are trying to attempt to sketch maybe warblers or sunbirds, like, all the best. Usually, it kind of does puts you off a little bit. Sketching can be a little challenging, but I think we need to give ourselves the permission to go ahead and sketch. We need to give ourselves permission to make mistakes, and we have to give our permission to play around and continue sketching. Okay, we have a few little activities lined up now. We'll start with that one after the other. There is, okay, before we start off, over here, how many of you here have been sketching regularly? Anybody who's been doing bird sketches, nature sketches? Okay, 1, 2, all right, Subu uncle, of course. Yes, all right, wonderful. Okay, and how many of you have, have you tried your hand with field sketching of birds? All right. Okay. And how many of you have tried to draw birds from photographs? It's okay to imitate. It's okay to copy. Yes. Anybody else? All right. Wonderful. See, more hands coming up for this. Brilliant. Good. Good, 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 good. Okay. And so you have, let's see. Okay. This is one really favorite saying of mine, which I pretty much always I use it like a mantra. Okay, it makes a considerable difference to sketch something or to view something with a sketching pen in hand or without a sketching pen in hand, right? So with a sketching pen, you are literally observing a lot more. You're literally you're trying to look at it more intently, because you want to represent it in the book, in the paper. So you're looking at it more cautiously, more consciously. Also, this helps you kind of observe a lot more the birds, and it will also try to get you to remember the details a whole lot more. There's this another person called John Muir-Laws. I'll tell you more about him. He says, every drawing is a practice for the next one. Make it your goal to learn to observe more closely and to remember what you have seen. With these goals, every drawing will be a success. So John Muir-Laws has pretty much, anybody heard of him here? Oh, wonderful. Good, good, good. So he's literally taken bird sketching to a different level at this age, wherein he's made bird sketching and the anatomy more understandable to lay people like beginners to professionals. More details as to where the wing placements, where the eye placement. You know, he goes into the details of everything, and his work is quite brilliant. And I think if you are interested to take this further, you could refer to some of his works also. And he's been like a mentor for us, and we have gathered a lot of inputs and information from his works as well. Now, before we get to the next one, I want you all to put down, okay, you can hold your pencils, okay? So we can do some air sketching, okay? Put your hand out in front, don't bang the other one, the person next to you. And I want you to just draw move your hand and just draw some big circles. Everybody, come on, okay? And anti-clockwise. Or the other way around. Sorry. Yeah. And then straight lines, vertical. Okay, horizontal, diagonal, and the other way around. Okay. You know why we are doing this? Just like a warm to free your hand, literally, okay? But then we do this, Shilpa and I do this regularly. We just take a newspaper and just go and cover up the newspaper with circles or with lines, and it will really give movement to your hands. For example, I'd like to... Can you all hear me just like that without this? Yeah. It's fine, right? I don't have to hold it. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, good. So, for example, see, like this is what we do as practice. It might seem as shabby as it is, but then many of you might know Carl de Silva. He is like the Birdman, especially the illustrator who sketched illustrated many birds of India. So, in fact, when I met him, he's the one who told me about this exercise, and he's like, and I really believe it, because this particular thing has only circles and ovals in all different directions, okay? But what happens by doing this, it not only frees your hand, but while doing birds, while illustrating birds, it's a lot of ovals and circles that we use while making it, okay? So by doing this in different sizes and forms, we are literally telling ourselves to, understand forms, and it comes out more naturally and more freely when we are doing it over here. Okay, I have to hold it. All right. So also when we are doing this, I'm sorry. What I was instructed, this is for you to practice at home, and please do that, okay? When we are drawing circles, okay, or ovals, don't keep doing this, okay? All right? Move your hand after every circle or oval that you do. Like 1, 2, then small, different angles, different sizes. And sometimes this might always be easier for you, and you'll realize that the other way around is a little difficult for you. So try to get rid of that, because in the field you'll see birds in different directions, and you'll want to create all those ovals as and when you need them. All right? So he had asked me to do this for a month every day, make a paper completely black. Until then, keep doing it. So almost did it for a month, and I think it definitely is a good help. Okay. So we'll start with the first activity before boring you too much. Or if you can remember. So right now, you might be surprised to see this is not a board. We have used it right now because it kind of helps you get an idea of what we are trying to say, and then we can do the same thing on a bird, okay? Then you'll know what the challenge is, all right?
So what we are going to do now is called a blind contour sketching. I'm sure some of you might know it. Blind contour sketching is, why it is blind is because you don't look into the paper. So you are all going to sketch without looking into your paper. So that's the challenge we have. So looking into paper and drawing is a challenge now we are not going to look and do. So this actually helps to break the barrier as to, that all of us can sketch. There's not like one among us can't sketch, all of us can sketch. So this activity will prove that. So now to start with, there are two rules that we need to follow. So one is, once we put the pencil on the paper, we are not supposed to lift it up. It is going to be a continuous line. So one of the meaning, what contour is, it is a continuous line. It's like an outline. So we are going to only look at the edges of the subject or the leaf that is there now. And the other rule is we are not going to look into the paper that I already mentioned. So I'm going to start now. I'm not going to look into my paper. I just looked once to see where it's starting. So now it's almost like I'm drawing with my eyes. I'm just drawing. So almost reached to the top. So I'm coming down slowly. Then every curve, every move, it has to be, whatever you see has to be followed with your hand. That's what does the magic.
No peeking at all. No peeking into your books at all till you think you've finished it. Till you think you've finished it.
I think I finished. It didn't reach, but then it does look like I have observed the curves and the moves and everything. It's like we become a part of the leaf itself, part of the form what we are looking at. So should we all try?
Yeah. And also try to look at the leaf when you're looking at in the same pace. Like when you're looking at it here, slowly here, and you end up looking this part of it very fast, then the pace changes and even how you do it on the other side also changes. So try to maintain one pace and go with the flow. Okay, just open yourself, don't be scared, just do it. Everyone's doing it blindly. Be true to yourself, do not look into your books. Yeah, do it a little bigger. Yeah, don't disturb the other person because the other person might still be sketching. This.
So we are not looking at any masterpieces. We are just trying to, look at the object so carefully that even without looking into your book,
So,
you can get the form.
anybody, why do you think we do it, and do you think what happened? You have to say anything at all?
Where you are in relation to the book without looking at it. You should try to visualize what you are doing.
So, tell me. Yes. So, it's literally like you're drawing with your eyes.
Do I have to hold this? Okay, just holding this makes me conscious to talk. Okay, anyway, literally it's like you're drawing with your eyes, okay? And you're trying to coordinate with your eye and the hand, and your hands are moving just like your eyes are moving. And imagine just the way you turn your eyes, your hand here is also turning. So that's the best part. So this activity is mainly to like show that how observation is the key, a very important element of sketching, and especially nature sketching, and when you're trying to imitate it. Okay. So how many of you kind of got it? Not bad. Not bad. Okay. Okay. So how many, like, are there people here who think that you cannot draw at all? Do you always give the dialogue that you cannot even draw a straight line to people when they ask? Okay. So yeah, for that, see, one thing that I've been always telling, usually all the time, is that when you are writing alphabets, okay, it's almost like, it's pretty much you're drawing alphabets also. Okay, the alphabets itself, it has all the straight lines, all the ovals, all the circles, all the horizontal, vertical, diagonal lines and everything. So when you're already, it's like from birth, from your, whenever you were asked to write, you're literally drawing, just that they call it writing. Okay, the same thing, you draw it big, you're just creating a shape, basically, right? So just believe in that you can actually draw, and don't hold yourself, don't let it become a block for you. Okay. So next we move on to a little interesting thing. Now that you've got a little hang of what is blind contour sketching, this is called blind contour sketching, and we do this activity very regularly just to get our coordinations right. It really helps. Okay. Any shapes you, usually do with leaves and flowers, you know, nature elements itself. But at home, if you're sitting at home, you can even keep a glass or a mug or, you know, a pot, or, you know, anything, and you can do a blind contour sketch. Okay. And yes, feel free to ask questions as and when if you have any doubts. It's not like too formal as to, you know. Yeah. Next thing, we'll move. So we will not do this now because we might be a little short on time. Okay, see, there are different kinds of leaf shapes. That itself is a good starting point to get a hang of it. Okay. And now, okay. So imagine this. Hold on. I need to thank. There were like 2-3 people I asked for images, and Ramki, Radha, and Clement Francis. Like they said, yes, use as many pictures as you want. So I've used their images so that this workshop is made possible. So imagine this as not a kingfisher or just a silhouette. Okay, then it would pretty much look like a leaf, right? Right? So we would like you to actually just look into the form of this, okay? And forget that it's a kingfisher, okay? Look into just the form, just like how you did the leaf, and start doing this one also, okay? Do not look at the book or your sheet of paper, okay? Focus, put all your might and mind into it.
One thing about birds are they're just too overwhelming with all the colors and all the details. So we can avoid getting into all those details and just look at the outlines, just the form of the bird.
You can start anywhere you want. There's no hard and fast rule. Wherever you're comfortable with, pick a point and go back to the point. And seriously, this is not about getting it exactly. You may not get it exactly. It's absolutely fine. Okay? The whole point is to, understand it. That's okay. That's okay if the beak doesn't meet. But the best part about it is that, wow, is in so much, focused attention that it might just That's the whole point. Mainly our focus and our attention and looking at it very intently. Okay? And now can I have some hands as to how many of you are quite happy? You think you kind of got it? Not bad, see?
Very nice.
You can sketch already. And see, this is the thing. And even if you want to make any modern art of birds, this is one of the best ways of starting off. And just, then you can say you know how to do, contemporary art of birds and things like that. But this activity is mainly to help you to really look at things intently. Okay? Practice of this will really help. And you want to tell about the field sketching, why we use it?
So if we have to really think why we use it, then we are all in the field, and if we keep looking at the sheet, then probably the bird will just fly away. So this is one of the best ways to use in the field.
So you're looking more at the bird or the form than your book. So it's a nice activity to practice regularly so that it's easier to look at it. Okay? Alright. So now we'll move to the next one. Okay? See, right now we'll just do a few of these practice sketches, and then we'll get into a little bit of a detailed thing. Okay? So now this is called name. Bird is? Okay. Alright. Indian cormorant, I think, right? Yeah. So over here, whatever we did now, we'll do it a little differently. Okay? Shilpa will tell us what.
So we have a little bit of discount here. That is, we can look into the sheet once or twice. But we can't pick our hands. So it's going to be on the sheet.
So you can watch her first, how she does it. Difficult to see? If you want, you can. It has to be a continuous line. She's not lifting the pencil at all. No. You try it, just put in your focus and you'll be amazed actually. It's like magic. Each person has a different way of holding the pencil, right? So you could use whatever works best for you.
So I'm overlapping sometimes.
But even when she's overlapping, she's not lifting the pencil up. Okay? So we would like you to try that as well. Okay? Yeah, we are used to doing these things outdoors and, with first time I think we're doing it like in a hall, like a presentation and all that, so this feels a little odd. So, So here the advantage we have is that in blind contour sketching you could do it even without looking at the paper. Here imagine like how much more better you can do the same thing when you're allowed to peek into your paper a little more. You can try to adjust or put together the proportions right as you're sketching. And why we ask you not to lift up your hand is that just a continuous line helps you focus basically. Okay? And imagine like later you'll realize when we do other birds and we ask you, we don't tell you